Welcome back. Now, the 20 by 20 campaign recently launched in Ireland. It's a new initiative for women in sport, calling on Irish people to get behind and celebrate women and girls' sport.
And joining us on the couch to tell us more about it is Irish professional golfer and 20 by 20 ambassador Leona Maguire. Good morning to you,
Morning, Leona.
Good morning. Thanks
Tell
for
us,
having me.
first of all, lovely to have you back. The last time we had yourself and your twin sister, Lisa.
Yeah, just after Rio.
Just after Rio, wasn't it? So tell us about the 20 by 20 initiative, because this is just so important, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic initiative. It's been sort of in the works for a few years now, and it's a huge honour for me to be a part of. And I think straight away, even the impact in social media and everywhere, it's got a great buzz about it. 5 fantastic companies backing it, and KPMG and one of my sponsors, and Investec, AIG, Lidl, and 3. And I think women's sport in Ireland is at an all-time high right now, and I think we're really just trying to elevate it even more. And
the push behind the campaign, Leona, is to make women's sport more visible across the media by 2020.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, well, there's 3 main goals. Everything trying to increase by 20%, media coverage, attendance at women's sport events, and participation, no matter what the level, whether it's actually playing the sports, volunteering, helping out, coaching, and in whatever way you can.
I love the motto, if she can't see it, she can't be it.
Yeah.
So we need the role models, you know, and young girls need to see you and your successes in the same way that we celebrate the Rorys of the golfing world, you know. There needs to be those icons. I know Professor Niall Moyna talks about the rate of young girls who drop out of sport towards the latter stages of secondary school. That's a huge issue in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've so many great Irish role models in sport right now. You've Katie Taylor and Annalise Murphy and Talia Coyle, and there's so many great Irish Olympians and people in sport that these young girls can look up to.
But they don't get near the coverage that the lads
I think,
do.
and you see maybe even what happened with the Irish women's hockey team this summer and got to a World Cup final. A lot of people didn't know those girls were competing at such a high level, and it is disappointing when a lot of girls, like, coming up to the Leaving Cert, maybe think they don't have the time to do both. And that's the thing I've said to a lot of people. You do have the time. You just have to manage your time maybe a little bit better. But there's so many opportunities with sport that people don't realise, and especially for girls as well.
And in terms of yourself and your sister, because we are tracking your careers, both of you, you both...
No pressure, like.
No pressure. Well, I just told her she had to win the British Open this year. You both graduated this year, so you both turned pro. So you're now officially on the LPGA Tour. How exciting is that? I mean, I'm a golf fan, and I watch the PGA Tour every week, and I'd watch the occasional LPGA Tour as well. That's a big tour to be a part of. Yeah,
I mean, it's been my dream since I was younger, since I started. I've always been involved in sports from a young age. Anthony that had a ball or a stick, Dad had us playing. So I think to have a golf course as my office now is it's a nice job to have, not to have a regular 9-to-5 job and get to live my dreams all over the world. Yeah,
and it's an amazing office that you have in terms of, you're talking about the rest of the year now for you. You're just back from the States.
Just back from the States, yeah. Heading to Spain and then Morocco for European Tour Q School then at the end of the year.
Morocco in November, be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I could manage that.
So you
all
have to qualify then.
Lovely swing you have there.
Yeah.
Really nice.
You have to qualify to get your European Tour card. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And that happens.
That happens in December in Morocco.
And it's Valderrama for the men's tour, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they
Spain.
go to different venues in Spain. Yeah, the women's used to be in Spain, but now it's Morocco.
The pressure
now.
of that though, because I'd imagine a huge goal for you now to get your European Tour card, because that opens the door for you, not just in terms of European events, but also in terms of qualifying maybe for a Solheim Cup team. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you need a European Tour card to make the Solheim Cup, and then a lot of the LPG events and European events are now becoming co-sanctioned, so a lot of them sort of double up. So yeah, it just gives a lot more opportunities. It's becoming really a global tour, both the LET and the LPGA. They're not just confined to Europe or the US anymore.
And do you break it down, you know, like most sports people at your level? Do you break down? You don't look at the bigger picture. Is it weekly targets, or is it monthly? Like your next target must be that tour card, or is it the event in Spain? Do you take it week by week?
Spain first, yeah. Just trying to work every week, setting out goals with my coach Shane, and just trying to get everything a little bit better. And sort of the big thing this year was making that jump from amateur to professional,
right? Which is a huge step. And you're represented by Niall Horan's management company.
Yeah, so that was obviously a big part of turning pro, deciding which which management company I wanted to go.
And that is a big decision, isn't it? In a very competitive world.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces that go into turning professional. It's not just maybe as easy as people think it is.
It's a team. There's a team behind you and your sister. You know,
we've been very fortunate to have such a great team behind us in Mollis, and I suppose it starts as well with our parents. I mean, they've backed us from day one, and they've sacrificed a lot. So.
If ever you're stuck for a caddy,
don't pick him.
No, I'd be great. I wouldn't be like Niall Horan falling over the Rory's bag. Remember at the par 3 at the Masters?
Yeah, he hasn't lived that one
I'm
down.
just saying, if you're stuck, like if you're off to Morocco and your own caddy, just
the bags
fancies a week
ready,
off.
have you?
I'd say, yeah, I might have some competition in Niall.
I'd be no use to. I'd carry the bag. Don't matter about yardage and all that, and I'd be very supportive. But it's a very exciting year ahead of you in terms of the qualifying for European Tour.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
like you mentioned the Solheim Cup, that's got to be the ultimate goal, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've never had an Irish winner on the ladies' tour, and I think that's a big thing. Obviously, to get on the Solheim Cup would be unbelievable. I played the junior one when it was here in Clune Castle and got a taste for it then. So. Yeah, obviously a dream.
Well, continued success.
A girl with focus and a great role model for girls coming up through the ranks. So thank you very much for joining us, Leona.
Thanks, Leona.
Now, coming up after the break, how to recreate the style of I'm a Celebrity's Holly Willoughby. See you in a